Okay, and to recheck, the takeoff trim is set to minus 2.5.
The trim, minus 2.5.
Very firm.
Okay. Minus 2.5 set.
Checked. And air brakes, I can see here, is retracted.
Yeah, they have been checked, fully open and now fully retracted.
Okay. I don't know if you can make the flight controls check now or if you have to wait for the ground crew signals.
Let's check this. Call you back.
Temperature 0 degrees centigrade, 2.19 degrees centigrade, QNH 1009er, delivery frequency 121 decimal 9er, approach frequency 119er decimal 25. Our initial contact advise you have information Zulu.
Okay, information Zulu, QNH 1009, and we have temperature 202.19 prediction. Huh?
Okay, let's check. One point I had to check with you is the USB logging. Confirm.
What's logging?
USB logging on the PMC, Michelin's then logging.
Okay, let me check. Probably I shouldn't do anything, but I can check that now. What do you want me to control?
Standby short. C'est tout bon pour Martin. Nothing to do more.
Okay, perfect.
And for the flight control check, maybe wait until the towing is completed.
Okay, I can check it. Est-ce qu'on peut faire les flight controls? Non, alors là, non. No, okay. Okay, so I can start with the L1. Are you ready?
Ready?
L1 neutral. L1 full right. L1 neutral. L1 full left. L1 neutral. Elevator, neutral. Full forward, neutral. Full backward, neutral. And stand by for rudder. Is this only full rudder? Ah, okay. No, rudder. Whatever. So rudder, neutral. Full right, neutral. Left, neutral.
That's checked on our side.
Okay.
And confirm the air brakes. You did it already, or you want to put out fully out and in again?
No, I did it just before leaving the plant, so they are checked. They haven't checked it yet.
Okay, very good. I will check the wake up button.
I did check them already. But you can check too, yes.
Yeah, from outside, so we make sure we can wake you up. Huh?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, they are looking for it. Huh? It doesn't work for the time.
Doesn't work, yeah. Bon, c'est mieux, on va dormir un peu, hein. Huh? Okay, guys, I think any other check? Next one, I guess, would be run-up check. Confirm?
Affirm it will be run-up check later.
Okay. Ouais, j'ai encore un mois. Non, j'ai encore ça bien. Ouais, puis je fais tous les... fais tout ce qui est temps de vol après, là, on... Là, c'est un jour, peut-être. Bon, je vais dormir un peu. On va trouver ça. Bon, c'est bien, on va faire ça, j'ai pas fait. Là? D'accord. Okay, I'll call you a little bit later, hein? Monaco.
Ok, tu vas dormir un petit coup?
Ouais, je donne un petit coup.
Ok, alors,
Ok.
on teste juste une dernière fois ce bouton. Il semble qu'il l'a réparé. Hein? Je vais appuyer dessus.
Ok, vas-y. Oui, ça marche, hein. Ça marche chez moi, puis j'ai plus le guide d'entrée avec lui. Alors, à tout à l'heure.
À tout à l'heure. Ciao, ciao.
Welcome back to Solar Impulse TV. We're here reporting live from the Mission Control Center in Monaco on the takeoff coverage out of Nanjing, China, crossing the Pacific to Hawaii. I'm Haley, I'm from the press team.
I'm Vincent, I'm from the web team.
And we have here with us Bertrand Piccard, Initiator, Chairman, and Pilot of Solar Impulse. Thanks so much for being with us, Bertrand.
It's a pleasure. It's a great moment. We're all sharing together.
I would love for you to give our audience a bit of a background of the imminent departure of this flight, the huge challenge and undertaking that's going on.
André is in the cockpit now, on the tarmac of Nanjing Airport. Brings me great memories because I landed there 5 weeks ago coming from Chongqing, and I see now Solar Impulse again outside the tent, taxiing beside the Airbus, the Boeing, the jumbo jet. You know, it's fascinating. And in probably 40 minutes, André will take off for a 6-day and 6-night flight to Hawaii for the first part of the Pacific. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. But when you see the Mission Control Center, you believe nothing is happening because each one is so calm, just focusing on his mission, on his work. But it will soon be really exciting.
I think that excitement has already started for us anyway, here at the MCC.
And what do you think, what does this flight represent for you?
For André and for me, it's the moment of our life, you know. André has led the technical team to construct this airplane. I've been dreaming of this airplane flying with no fuel day and night since 16 years after my balloon flight around the world. So now we're finally going to see if it works or not. And the technique is ready, the airplane is ready, the weather seems okay, overflight permissions are fine. Let's go,
let's
and
do it.
Moment of truth.
So what's different with different flights? Because we've had, of course, different flights that Vincent will talk about after having departed from Abu Dhabi on March 9th. But what's different or special about this flight, Bertrand?
It's the longest flight ever of a single-seater airplane. Until now, the longest flight was 67 hours. It was my friend, late Steve Fossett, who did it. And this time, because there is no contingencies of fuel, we don't need to refuel. Solar Impulse should fly now for 6 days and 6 nights in a row. And it was incredible because, you know, for a normal airplane, if you want to add 1 hour to your flight, it's a big thing because you might just not have enough fuel on board. But yesterday, we decided to go for a flight of 6 days instead of 5 because we saw another weather window that was better but a little longer, and we just added 1 complete day and night to the flight. And because we have no fuel, we can do it. Now, of course, we needed André to agree. He said, okay, 1 more day up there. It's going to be 1 more day of dream.
This is impressive. And we have an animation that shows what happened since which countries and cities we went since the takeoff in Abu Dhabi. So we're going to have a look at it now.
Yeah, I look forward to see it also because it's good memories.
So you see we took off on March 9 in Abu Dhabi. You see the different countries we traveled to, India, Myanmar, China, and this represents 8,000 kilometers. And what we see right now is 8,400 kilometers. It's like more than what happened before.
Yes, and from Hawaii, André promised me that he would bring the plane safe so I can continue.
Perfect. Speaking of André, we actually had some words with him about an hour ago, and we're going to hear what André has to say about his preparations to take off and how the MCC has supported him earlier today for this journey.
André, almost a week ago you had a bad gut feeling, and you said this is not the right moment to cross. What is your gut feeling now looking at Elke?
Looking at Elke? No, I think I have a great feeling today, completely different than a week ago. For a lot of reasons, I think we learned also from last time. The window is different. The window is stable. The corridor to bring us to the point where we cross the front is stable, and we had many things coming into place now, which makes me believe that we have a right window. You know, when I talk also to the control center, I can feel the confidence, the excitement, and I think I am also receiving the energy which is developing in Monaco.
The last few days have been very stressful, a lot of uncertainties. Have you been able to rest a little bit, a few hours? Have you been able to prepare yourself in the last few hours before the flight?
You know, it has been stressful, I think, for a lot of people. It has been very stressful for my colleague Greg Blatt, who is coordinating with Niklaus and the MCC, also all the authorization we need from the different countries. And these guys, they have been working, and Greg especially have been working day and night for this. So it's thanks to them that we can take off today. Huh?
Have you been able to sleep or prepare or get in shape for this long flight today?
Yes, I'm ready. But of course, you know, the sleeping time is starting now. So during the day, not much. But yes, certainly rested. You know what I did was to stay in my bubble, and I did not go into details. Try to be detached from the decision, and I'm totally trusting what MCC is doing in Monaco, the analysis, but also the decision making. Bertrand is there, also together with them. So I think, you know, the team is really truly fantastic. So it gave me the possibility to be here in my bubble, to protect myself, and to be mentally ready to board the airplane very soon.
Bertrand, it's great to hear André, and it's amazing to see that maybe in a few minutes he's going to take off. But as an explorer, what do you think he's feeling right now? Because it's hard for us to imagine what you are doing when you are sat in the cockpit of Solar Impulse.
In all the big adventures I've done until now, I was in the sky before the takeoff. I was completely within myself. I know my family sometimes was not so happy because I hardly could say goodbye. I had the impression I was already gone. I was inside my bubble, and André describes it very well. You have to be inside your bubble, completely focused. You are already gone. And it's the only way to be completely and fully prepared.
That's wonderful, Bertrand, to hear a bit about your family as well. And we actually have some footage from André Borschberg's wife, Yasmin, who is going to explain a bit how she's feeling today before André takes off.
Finally starting to realize what is happening.
Well, probably after the takeoff it will be more realistic. For the time being, it looks like other flights. So I'm calming myself and not telling myself any other stories than one of many flights that he had been doing.
I hear that you expressed some prayers. Do you find that it helps to calm the stress and also to get André in the right mood?
Absolutely, yes. Some people find a lot of comfort in prayer, and I'm one of them, yes. And I just give the breath of the prayer to the plane, to André, and to his nest. Now for 6 days, yeah. I like doing that.
So tell me, how will you follow this flight? What will you be doing in the next 6 days?
Well, I have a direct communication with MCC. I'm very privileged and lucky to have that. And also I can talk time to time to André. And I'll wait till the moment of no return here in Hawaii, in Nanjing, and then I'll be flying to Hawaii. And my daughter is also in Hawaii, and my younger son will be in Hawaii, and the older son will be in MCC. So we're covering like a spider web, the whole communication web. So we will be very much in touch with André, hopefully.
André has been flying all his adult life, but still this is probably the flight of his lifetime. Does he approach this in any different manner than all the other flights he's been doing through all his life?
Not really. He likes flying. He loves flying. He looks like a bird. So he is in his element in flights. So this time also he was very happy and, as usual, very hopeful and looking forward to go to fly. And as he said, he's taking one day after the other, one moment after the other. He's not thinking of the whole thing, but just in pieces, in parts. And I think it's the right thing to do. That's what I'm doing too.
Did you think this moment would ever come when this idea was first mentioned 12 years ago?
Yeah, I was sure that would come.
Anything you want to say now that the moment has arrived?
So I hope you will ask me good questions of celebration when we are in Hawaii. See you, Jon, in Hawaii.
It's so great to see Yasmin Borschberg give her words of encouragement to André. And now actually we have some live images from Nanjing. Have a look.
The people from the ground team. This is really important because we spoke a lot about the MCC, but the ground team are the guys who touch the plane, who repair the plane, who prepare the plane, who push it outside. And it's the one who closed the door and the first one who opened the door. And we have, as pilots, a very special relations with them. And Niels Rieser, who is the head of the ground crew, he's the one who tells us the altitude when we land, and we always hear his voice, 10 meters height, 8 meters, 6 meters, touchdown, you can brake now. All these moments are fantastic moments, and there is always a human being behind.
Bertrand, could we just have your comment on the immense feat embarking around the world, first solar flight ever, and the challenges that go along with this? Of course, there's many of which some are human, technical, mission-critical challenges. Could you speak a little bit about those, please?
Maybe the people who are listening to us now and who heard the interview of Yasmin Borschberg realize now that we are on the way around the world. It's not just a normal mission of Solar Impulse. Solar Impulse has flown across America, to Morocco, across Europe, across Asia. Now it's really around the world. It's a really difficult thing. We're trying to achieve the impossible. And some people might think it's easy because everything has gone very well until now. But it's an extremely difficult adventure. And if it looks easy, it's because the people behind are extraordinary people doing a fantastic job.
I totally agree with you, Bertrand, and maybe you can just say 2 words about the people that are making that happen behind these glass windows at the MCC just next to us.
You know, Haley and Vincent, it's not only the people who are behind this glass or the people who are in Nanjing, it's also you. It's also the people in the communication, the web, the social networks, the Solar Impulse TV. You are helping the people to follow this adventure. And without you, nobody would understand why we're doing it, why I'm dreaming since such a long time of an airplane flying on solar power. You know, the Future is Clean initiative, this action where people can sign up on our website, hopefully to raise millions of voices in favor of implementation of clean technologies. This is important. This is why we do it. And if we have millions of people who follow us, it's thanks to you. So don't be so modest.
I think it's easy for us to spread the message because we believe in it so much as well ourselves.
Exactly, and we heard like the team has been preparing something around Future is Clean. We have a new website, so people can have a look at it, but it seems that we have been preparing something about paper planes. It's what we heard, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. Maybe you have, did you hear about it?
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to speak about it. It's a surprise you wanted to do, Vincent. We're going to launch it, or?
I guess it's the time now, so.
Yes, because I saw you when you were starting to film some people throwing a paper airplane where it was written "Future is Clean." Even Prince Albert of Monaco was filmed doing it, and a lot of other people around the world in every continent. And this is the chain we would like to build around the world of all these people who support clean technologies and who will contribute to push the governments to replace the old polluting technologies with new clean technologies, to be more energy efficient, to save energy. Half of the energy used in the world today is wasted with old polluting technologies that have too many losses. So it's really important to see that Solar Impulse is a symbol of what can be achieved with energy efficiency, with new clean technologies that save energy. And this is what Solar Impulse is about. So of course, it's very spectacular if we can make it around the world. But the goal is to be useful.
So what we expect now is to receive those videos of people sending paper planes all around the world. So the idea is to allow you to send a paper plane, publish it on social media using hashtag #FutureIsClean. So we wait to see them, and our goal, as you said, Bertrand, is really to have a chain of people sending the message all around the world. This is really the idea.
Yes, and millions of people using the hashtag #FutureIsClean, signing up, I agree, on the website, Future is Clean, or on solarimports.com and show to the governments how many people care about these solutions. Because it's so boring to hear all the politicians saying climate change is a big problem, is a big problem, is a big problem. We know it. Now it's time to speak about solutions. And the solutions are clean technologies. This is what we have to implement today. Not only for the environment, by the way, but also to create jobs and make profit for the industry.
Can we confirm to our viewers, Bertrand, that you also made your paper airplane?
Well, I love paper airplanes, but now, you know what? I prefer carbon fiber airplanes so we can fly day and night with them.
Wonderful.
And it seemed that we have some images of back in Nanjing you were talking about. This is the cockpit. André's inside. And
that's the home of the pilot for days and nights. And in the beginning, it seems small. It seems difficult to live in there. In my experience, I tell you, the first night in an adventure is difficult. Each time I was making very long duration flights with balloons, the first night I was thinking, I'm really stupid. Why am I doing that? And then you have the first sunrise. And then you understand why you do it. And then you continue. And around the world, it was 20 days in the balloon, and it was hard to get out. And I tell you, for André, it's going to be hard to get out of it after 6 days because you get so much attachment to and your new habits and all these emotions in the cockpit.
As we can see that André is in the 3.8 cubic meter cockpit right now, could you tell us a little bit, Bertrand, what is actually shown on those screens, those telemetry screens? What are we seeing?
Yes, so you see basically 4 big screens. The one on the left and the one on the right are showing all the electricity management and the power management for the motors and the temperature of the batteries, the voltage and so on. The 2 in the middle are for navigation. They are a GPS. You have artificial horizon, and you have also the navigation, all the waypoints and the track you have to follow. The rest are on the complete left-hand side. It's the oxygen system. That's the baby of Michael McGrath. You know, he can make a master in engineering, having developed this in the last year. Fantastic work. And then you have the lower part, horizontal, are all the circuit breakers. And this is so important, not just to have circuit breakers, but to have the different electrical systems that you can play with. If one doesn't work, you can bring the electricity from another one. You can bypass the one who doesn't work. So you have redundancy that allows you to continue your flight even if you have a lot of failures on board. This is really something important. Well, when I look at this cockpit, I don't know what I'm doing here. I would prefer to be in the cockpit, you know.
Yes, and well, we have seen the cockpit, and this is what we're attempting during these 6 days and 6 nights, and how the team has been preparing in case something goes wrong, because we know it's an experimental project. So it seems that some exercises have been done here during the past weeks. Can you explain a little bit?
Well, if everything goes wrong, the pilot can bail out. We've been together in northern Germany, in cold water with our equipment, learning how to get in the water with a parachute, how to inflate the life raft, how to get rid of all the ropes that can tangle us, and survive in a life raft. And then it's the work of the team to send the search and rescue. These people can send a bigger life raft from an airplane and wait until the ship can rescue us.
And we have images of that training, so we can have a look right now.
Yes, you see, it's serious stuff.
Equipped with a parachute, life raft, locator beacons and flares, the solar pilot must be prepared for the unexpected. Solar Impulse is not equipped with an autopilot, but it does have a stability augmentation system that keeps SI2 on the same heading while the pilot takes 20-minute sleep breaks. An essential innovation is the monitoring and alerting system developed by our partner Altron, which alerts the pilot in case of any abnormal aircraft behavior.
So when the pilot is sleeping and we have an emergency, we have 3 steps of solution. The first one is the inboard monitoring alarm system, which automatically feels if there is a technical trouble with the aircraft. The second way is initiated from the Mission Control Center. It's arm cuffs. They are vibrating and they will wake up the pilot. And the third case, if this is not working, maybe for a technical reason, we have an alarm sound that we can initiate from the cockpit, also a very loud alarm. So then the pilot will wake up for sure.
In most eventualities, the pilot will be able to quickly correct the path of the aircraft. But what would happen if, for example, SI2 had to land in the ocean? There's a high risk of electric shock in water landings, so the safest procedure for the pilot is to bail out of the cockpit, something that the pilots have trained for in several stages. Ejecting the cockpit door was tested in a wind tunnel to ensure a quick and clean separation from the frame. The pilots both practiced their freefall technique, getting used to the parachute that's built into the cockpit seat.
We integrated the parachute and life raft into the pilot seat to offer the pilot the ability to have more comfort. So between the pilot and his rescue equipment is the actual cushion of the seat. So he doesn't feel the weight of the parachute on his back and the life raft. It also offers him the ability to recline the seat fully, and the parachute and life raft remain inside the seat, and the pilot can still remain in a flying position. So he doesn't have that weight on his back. He's able to be flexible. He can rest on his right side and his left side. He can do exercises. And then if he has to have an emergency and bail out, he can pull the parachute, the life raft, they come to his back, and then he takes it with him. So he has a higher level of flexibility, comfort, but he still at all times has all of his rescue gear attached to his body and his person. If the pilot bails out and ends up in the water, he first has to get into his survival raft. And once safely in his survival raft, he has a bag full of all sorts of different survival equipment. The most important of which is to activate his personal locator beacon. This is important because it sends his position, his location, through a satellite network to the search and rescue personnel who are responsible for finding him. Afterwards, once he's safely turned on all of his beacons, he has several different forms of beacons, then he can start to worry about water rationing, food rations, am I injured, and managing his situation within the life raft.
Even with flight tracking systems and emergency locator beams, it's possible that the pilot may need to survive in the ocean for several days as search and rescue teams are deployed. The life-saving techniques include how to escape from a submerged aircraft and, of course, how to escape from underneath a parachute. The challenge for the pilot is then how to inflate and survive in a small life raft and wisely use food rations alongside a desalination kit. As the prototype Solar Impulse 1 flew in 2013, the pilots were reminded of how close to the technical boundaries these innovations are. The emergency training should never be needed, but this careful planning and practice gives them a solid plan as they embark on this global adventure.
So as we just saw some footage of emergency training, Bertrand, please tell us a little bit. I mean, you've been here these past weeks and we've gone through these emergency simulation scenarios. What's it like as a pilot to be on the other side here, having the MCC as your guardian angel?
You learn that you can trust them. It's fantastic because we create a link of trust, confidence, friendship in a very professional way. We also learn which mistakes to avoid. And it's very interesting that if you have a real crisis, there are some things you absolutely have to do, some you absolutely have to avoid. For example, we need to speak directly from the pilot to the engineer who can help us. We cannot have somebody intermediate who is translating different explanations. For example, we need to speak to the weatherman, we speak to the guy who made the autopilot. Sometimes we need to speak in our own language. And then who do we avertir? Comment on dit avertir?
To prevent. Who can we announce?
Yeah,
who do you call? Yeah.
Who do you call if there is a problem? And if you forget to call the partners and they learn by the media that there is a problem, it's clear that it's a disaster because we're all in a family and each one wants to help. So yeah, it was extremely useful. And when you make an exercise like this, you have sometimes the same emotions than in reality. So we can learn to talk about it also and to deal with it. I tell you, I'm a psychiatrist. Maybe it's more obvious to deal with emotions. For engineers, it's not always easy.
It's so wonderful, Bertrand, that you speak about the diversity in the team and the different mother tongues, English, French, German, native, that we all have. We come together and find a common language to communicate. We have some really nice images live from Nanjing to show you. Have a look.
Yeah, so this is with the camera on top of the tail. So you don't see a lot, but in a moment probably André will switch on all the lights of the wing and you will see a little bit better.
And it seems that we don't have a good connection currently with China, so this is why we have some difficulties to get nice images, but our team is working on it, so we hope to get some good footages for the takeoff.
Good. I'll let you hear because my goal is not to keep the microphone forever. There are other people you should interview, especially Raymond Claire, the mission director. I hope you can get him because he has a lot of interesting things to say. He's actually the boss of the Mission Control Center.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for your time.
Raymond?
Let's see exactly what's happening next to the plane.
So we have mission director here with us, Raymond Kluck. Raymond, could you give us a quick word about the images we just saw on the ground live from Nanjing?
Yeah, okay, so now we are backtracking runway 07 to make a takeoff on runway 07. Yeah, so we are going down the runway 25 to make a takeoff on runway 07. We see that we don't have the outriggers because so it's a weight reduction of 20 kilos. And as we have about 1 hour, it take about 1 hour taxi time. So André took the opportunity to have some rest. He had a nap of 20 minutes. And now he's again sitting in the upright position and making the last checklist. So I think we'll have takeoff in about 20 minutes from now, around.
Just wondering, Raymond, it was indicated that we would take off around 7 UTC. Is that still the go? Everything's still...
I think we have about 15 minutes delay.
Okay.
Yeah, which is no problem for the weather, neither for the ATC. So we are not we have not a big limit in timing. We have some reserve.
And right before you arrived here, we are talking about a crisis communication, a training we did with you.
Yes.
So we have a video that we want to show to the people who are following us, and we will see you handling the situation.
Okay, good.
The first incident was code yellow, so we had an oxygen leak on day 3, which was critical because we had already too much oxygen consumption in the previous days. So we were in an alert state. We had to recalculate everything if the remaining oxygen would be enough to reach Hawaii or not. I gave a scenario to a pilot, which was a team member sitting in a special room, and he had to reply as a pilot would do. So he gave all his indications he had, the failures and stuff, and I wanted to see if our mission engineer and Capcoms react how they should, if they had to discuss what are we going to do, can we still do the flight, do we have to improve the routing, can we change altitudes, stuff like this.
So we have different tasks to do. The first one was to train and validate the concept of having an engineer specialist team, which is not in the front room, but which would deal in case of a very special situation. Other points we need to train, and this is always the case, it's the communication between the pilot and the MCC, Capcom, and mission engineer, because we can see in such an exercise that you are almost in real life. So prepare what you want to write, bring it here and validate. Do it.
And escape it.
Go down.
In windy conditions.
It's like a simulator when you train in the aircraft, you have a burning engine and you forget that you are in a simulation. You think you're in the aircraft, so you work like in real case.
He's safe. He's still in climb. We continue climbing.
Yeah.
Is this correct?
No, we stopped the climb. Level 200.
The one concern I have is that we're not in an immediate danger.
After the problem was solved with the oxygen, the technical coordinator together with the system engineer, they found a solution for that. So we could manage to go to Hawaii. So I had to tighten up the screw a little bit as the coordinator for the training. So as said, there was a smoke and fire in the gondola. This means that we have immediately emergency, code red, which also led to a prepared bailout scenario. So the pilot goes through all the checklists, what he has to do. And then in the end, when we really have a fire on the aircraft, the pilot had to bail out.
I don't know, it's getting really hot. I want you to call my wife and just want to speak with her quickly.
Do it. Okay, this is already in the case. For the time being, we continue to review the checklist and...
It's very important to be ready for the worst case. So that's what we do in those trainings. And if you don't think about it, if it happens, then you are surprised and you will do errors. So if you try to think on every situation, maybe you can react correctly. That's the goal of it.
Jean-Luc a pu lui parler directement.
Yeah, I think it was good, but we could see during the training, everyone took it so serious. You really could see the emotion of all the people involved. The Capcom was a tough situation for them, also for the mission engineer, and also the media guys they were under big pressure. They had to improvise all the time, and that's what I wanted to see, and I think everyone performed quite well. Of course, we have to improve even more. You could always improve.
So we have just seen our colleague Yves, who is saying now we are going to Hawaii, and we are on the runway. What are the next steps? We have 20 minutes. What is going to happen now?
As usual, business as usual. So,
what does it mean for people who...
Okay, so that's a final checklist.
Yeah.
Then the final readiness call that I will see with each group, meteorology, simulation, ATC, if they have a go. And then I have to check with Nanjing if they also are ready, ground crew, media, and safety, which is Philippe Manuel today, and the last win, and then the pilot, and then we can give the go to proceed. And the takeoff clearance will be given by the tower, by the local ATC.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's wonderful, Raymond, and I'm sure there's a lot of synergy between the two teams, on the ground team in Nanjing as well as here at the MCC.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about what it's like?
Yeah, this is most probably Nanjing. Hello? Hello?
We actually have some nice images on the screen as well.
It's exactly Niels calling from Nanjing. So, oui, je t'écoute.
So Niels is the chief of ground crew operations. So it's interesting.
Je t'écoute.
Business as usual.
Salut Philippe.
Yes, like 12,000 kilometers away from us.
So you can see here Solar Impulse 2 on the runway preparing for takeoff.
Yes, and you see Bertrand was talking about the team next to the plane, and now we see exactly that the people are all around the plane, making sure the tail and everything is moving together.
Ouais, c'est ce que... Super. Donc vous avez encore 500 mètres à rouler à peu près.
So 500 meters left to go, as Raymond just reported.
Okay.
Hearing from Niels in Nanjing on the ground.
D'accord.
And there we have André
Ouais, c'est bien.
doing his final checks in the cockpit.
André, we didn't got the
Super.
slot actually. Huh?
Super.
Maybe we will
Merci.
take off 15 minutes after what we expected.
Impeccable. Merci Philippe. Parfait. Je vous rappelle tout à l'heure. Super. Merci Philippe. Ciao. Okay, so just exactly received the call from Philippe and Niels, and so we'll have a short delay due to traffic, and we think half past 8 European time the takeoff. Yeah.
So Raymond, could you tell us a little bit, what's it like for an airport, an international airport in Nanjing, to have and host Solar Impulse 2, an aircraft the same size, only weighing 2,300 kilos? What's it like for the airport?
The chance we have, or they have, is that we have two runways in Nanjing, because we are blocking the runway here since, I think, 30 minutes now, and another 30 minutes. So during 1 hour, we block half of the airport. Okay, so this is a big problem. Of course, sometimes we can go via the taxiway, but now on this airport, as they have two runways, we use this runway for taxi. Also, once airborne, it's a little bit a problem because we need special separation from other traffic. So I must say that we are always very happy with the good cooperation of the different airports, the different air traffic controllers, because they play the game very good, very well, so it's fantastic.
And is it not difficult to have like Solar Impulse 2 flying in the middle of all those A380 big jumbo jets flying all around? Is it complex or is it?
It's complex for our ATC guys and for the ATC guys in place, for sure, because they need to make a good coordination, but it's their job and they do it pretty well.
We just received news that Prince Albert II of Monaco has just arrived at the Mission Control Center.
Yes.
So we'll be very happy to welcome him here this evening.
Yes, it's always a pleasure to have Prince Albert with us here, because he's a big supporter, and we are here in Monaco because he wanted us to be here, so it's really fantastic. And you see, he tries always to be with us here, so we enjoy his presence. Yeah.
What an honor. And sometimes is it true, Raymond, that he's able to sit next to you in the MCC for takeoffs or landings? I think that's really special.
Yeah, so today he will be also with me and with Bertrand to give the go to André. So we already prepared what we will, the sequence of what we will do, yeah.
So we have some more live images back from Nanjing, as you can see on the screen here. We see the lights of Solar Impulse 2. So Raymond, you were telling a bit about what makes up the MCC and the different teams. You have simulation, air traffic controllers, and the meteorologists. Could you give us a little bit of an idea of how hard they've been working to find the best window for these 5 to 6 days? Because I imagine it's difficult.
This was 3 weeks of tremendous work. Every day, so not a day off in May for nobody here. And finally, the funny thing is that we found this window yesterday. We knew that we will not see a window 5 days in advance because it's too far out. But yesterday in the morning, I was not very optimistic. And then at noon, we started to see, wow, yeah, there is a possibility. So it was a big scramble. And we worked, we started to work by shift because we worked permanently last night. So we had to be careful not to have everybody completely tired now. But it worked well, and we have a good update briefing at noon, yeah.
And we were talking with you, and we know that there are some challenges. Maybe could you explain what is going to happen, like maybe the next day?
Okay,
there is an energy neutral morning. There are some.
Yes,
some
so of course, the first step will be the first night, because we never flew with this aircraft a full night. So, so this is, but we are confident. I think we have very good weather conditions on D1, D2. But it will be a first with this aircraft. And then the second big step will be, it's about, depending on the wind, but it will be more or less the same time. We'll have to decide with the updated weather if it's really good to continue or if we have to make a divert, to divert to an alternate airport. But I'm confident because our meteorologists are so good that the window is stable. But of course, we have to keep this backup option.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Raymond, for your time. We'll let you get back to work because there's business as usual to take care of.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. We have Raymond Clerc, who just had a quick few words with us, and it's really nice to have the mission director giving an overview of what's going on here at the Mission Control Center.
But I hope they push a little bit more, because presently we are at Delta 4 and we calculated takeoff at Delta 3. Which is about 2 minutes.
Okay, so they already done that. It's fine for you?
What I see on JetView is we are on Delta 4 and they should push you to Delta 3. It's about
2 minutes. But they already done. Really done. Is it fine for you? Because that's where we turn now. Ouais. That's the airport to stop passengers.
Ok. Juste pour ton info, donc tu auras seulement à peu près 1500 mètres au lieu de 1800 mètres.
Ok. De toute façon, au cas où il faut venir, on peut venir encore la brume, c'est bon.
Oui, tout à fait. Yeah, it was just more in case if you want to land again from 5 meters above ground. So.
peu de retard à cause du trafic. Donc, voilà, des transitions du trafic.
Il sera sur l'autre piste. Peut-être qu'ils repartent. Ouais, c'est bien, je trouve. Si tu mets devant la piste,
ouais.
Now what we can see is so the front room of the Mission Control Center with Prince Albert II, Bertrand Piccard, our Initiator Chairman and Pilot, Raymond Claire, our Mission Director. They're all together finalizing everything that needs to be done before the takeoff of André Borschberg too.
You can also see Christophe Etter, who is our Capcom, and our Capcom is someone who is communicating directly with the pilot. And it's great because there's a single line of communication. So the pilot, André Borschberg, will always be in touch with the MCC here.
Yeah, and what we don't see, there is like another row which is just behind us. There are some paper planes. It's what it is. Well, we talked about it, Hayley, a bit before. We are launching a social media campaign using paper planes. So what we would like you to do is to help to support André as he will be flying during this attempt to cross the Pacific. So please take a paper plane like this, write down "Future is clean" on it, and just share it on social media. And what we want is to get millions of that to be able to show that the message of Solar Impulse is flying all around the world. And we have video because we already received some images, so we're going to share it to you. So we hope you like this video because for us it's really a pleasure to see that people are sending us those videos. So please share them to us using #FutureIsClean and we'll follow everything that is happening on social media and we want to get them and to be able to really use them during those 5 days and 5 nights to show that you support
the GPS has some problems.
André Borschberg. And to be back to the live images we have, we see André in the cockpit. And André is connected, you see those images because André is connected through the SATCOM. And this SATCOM is displayed on solarimpulse.com where you can follow the whole flight during those, I was saying 5 days, but it's 6 days and 6 nights. And we have widgets, we have a logbook, we have everything that we've been developing and working hard since, well, more than 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, it depends on when you join our team. And I have another question, Hayley. Well, I'm talking about the web, social media and so on, but what are you doing?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I'm working in the press department. So we're basically spreading the messages of clean technology and Solar Impulse we're writing press releases, media alerts, info for the website, just to keep everyone informed and ensure that they're up to date on what's going on here at the MCC. It's as Vincent just said, there's a constant inflow and influx of data that's on solarimpulse.com. So it's important to log on, follow us at any point, because you can see what's actually going on inside the cockpit and with the pilot.
And now we're back to the live images. It seems we have, again, a little bit of delay, so we don't know exactly. Stay tuned. We will see soon Solar Impulse 2 and André taking off.
Merci.
So you're going to follow bus? You're going to follow bus, okay?
Bon.
Tu veux aller où? Boris m'entend? Tu m'entends? Boris, tu m'entends? Boris, le bout de l'inscription, la qualité pour grec ou pas? Est-ce qu'ils ont la qualité d'image pour prendre grec s'ils veulent?
Ils vont qu'on fasse des checks du photo, etc.
Okay, go ahead.
Tu peux demander à Nathalie si elle peut prendre.
Yeah, just waiting for the right. Daniel, qu'est-ce qui fait les... Denis, qui fait les contrôles photo? Ok, so stand by show.
Non,
Okay.
The basic, I guess, takes care of the tape first.
Écartez-vous tout le monde. Juste pour la photo. Daniel. Pour la photo. Vous enlèvez l'échelle ou bien?
Ici.
Hein?
Il faut faire attention, ils vont se garder, hein. Be careful, they will keep you, hein. Be careful, they will keep you now. Hein?
On laisse tomber, c'est ça? Ok, merci, merci.
Ok, catching crew.
Philippe, on a le temps de décollage ou pas? Ouais, les voix d'appeler. D'appeler, tu dois pas peut-être 10-15. Yeah, there is no wind here, nothing. Everything is calm, quite gorgeous and beautiful. One, two.
3-4, 3-4.
Ceux qui sont... Ok, Youn. Vas-y les gens, après on peut cogner vite là.
André, je te propose de faire le departure briefing, comme ça on a déjà ça derrière nous.
Ok, ça marche.
Tu as pas reçu encore de clearance, hein, je pense.
Non, parce qu'on a écouté. J'ai fait un radio check, on dit qu'on était prêt en 10 à 15 minutes, j'attends, donc on soit prêt pour faire les contre-mythos, puis ensuite les contre-pointeurs.
D'accord. Ce qu'on s'attend, donc c'est comme prévu, c'est straight ahead 200 meters, which is 650 feet, and the right turn direct now.
Yep.
Let's back.
Direct. Okay, climbing 7,000 feet, huh? We'll fast 770 again.
Exactly, this is 2,100 meters. I will give you, every time they give you a clearance in meters, I will convert for you in feet.
That's great, thank you very much.
And but you can tell us what you do in case of troubles, departure briefing.
Yeah. Okay, so in case of a problem for the last of the and that she will be ready. Not much, I guess.
Yesterday, Our team was a bit stressed, and you are a yoga teacher, and you help us to do some exercises. And what's the link with André?
Well, I'm really happy and pleased that André is such a fan of yoga because I think it's really beneficial. He's flying across the Pacific Ocean for nearly 6 days, 130 hours, and he needs to keep his body form and fit, and having good blood circulation is really important. He's doing a lot of stretches in his multi-purpose pilot seat, and that allows him to recline, to come back, stretch his legs, his arms, and I think it's really important to actually have his mental, physical, and emotional health in check during this long flight, because that's exactly what yoga does. It's all about the breath.
I'm not familiar, so I can't comment.
We did a little bit of yoga yesterday in the office because, with the imminent departure, everyone's a bit excited, and, it's really good. So it's great that André is practicing yoga so much. And actually, we have a few words from André's private yoga teacher, Sanjeev, that we'd like to show you.
My name is Sanjeev Bhanot, and I'm a yoga teacher for the team. Especially, I'm responsible for the pilots, and I'm going to teach André yoga. For high altitude, there are not going to be a huge amount of major yoga asanas and postures, but they are going to pay attention a little bit to the breathings. They are basically going to look after how their abdominal and diaphragmatic movements are moving there. And they're going to do very mild movements in high altitude. When you're 12,000 without pressure, you are actually cannot do much of any physical work. So that's more like a maintenance sort of movements they're going to do. When the altitude starts dropping, then they would they also have a challenge with the temperature. During the low temperature, we have done kriyas in yoga, which basically allows them to increase the body temperature even when it's -20 outside, to be able to survive that. With high altitude, you would also have a lack of oxygen, so their lung capacity and their body absorption of oxygen needs to be very high. So they are going to do preparatory exercise to be able to deal with the altitude. We have altogether 3 phases. Preparatory phase, where the pilots learn about all the techniques in case and when they need, particularly when they are on different challenges, they can do those movements. That's in a preparatory phase. Then during the flight, we will be also, with the Google Hangout, we'll be connected. We will be taking them through different kinds of yoga moves, meditation, and exercises and pranayamas. And when they land on the ground, they would have a very little time where they need to be they have a very limited time where they need to recover very fast, because the flight will continue. So once they come on the ground, they will do the restorative yoga, basically to recover fast. During the flight, pilots go through huge amount of stress. There is a physical stress, there is a mental stress, and then they have to keep their activities completely with all these different machines and equipments and changing weathers and all that. So they need to be very sharp. Then they've got very little time, so almost around 20 minutes of relaxation time. And during that 20 minutes, they have been trained through yoga nidras and through concentration and meditation, that how they do high stressful jobs when it needs with the full focus and full energy. And also then with the meditation and yoga nidra, they would bring themselves completely relaxed and calm, which basically helps them really to stay on the top of the things and deal with the stress. We are not reducing their stress, we are making resilience. They're making more resilient to stress for them. Oh, André loves sun salutation. He really likes the cardiovascular bit of it. During the flight, sun salutation will not be possible, but we have modified sun salutation, which you can do it sitting in the chair. This is the one he's going to do. And because sun is the guiding deity for the whole project, so naturally he's one of the favorite.
So now I'm back on SITV. So you can have a look at what's going on here at the Mission Control Center. You see like the front row with the team. And if you want to have a look at what is on the screen that you can see here, you can go on solarimpulse.com and click on widgets, and you will see there that we work to get exactly the same data that is coming from the airplane on the website. So you can currently understand what's the speed of the plane, is it charging or not its battery, so you will be really able to understand what are the strategies and to see where the plane is during his attempt to cross the Pacific.
And you can actually note there's 4 rows. You have 2 in the front and what we call the back room, because it's really important that the Capcom has complete silence to speak with the pilot. And so that's why you'll see another layer of glass between the front and back room.
Okay, starting on board.
And we have images back in Nanjing, so we can see this huge 72 meters wide solar airplane that will soon take off to fly during 6 days and 6 nights. Sometimes I can't find my words.
It's that remarkable, it really is. It's never been done before. This is an aviation first. It's the first time this has ever been done. It's uncharted territory. I mean, Solar Impulse is literally making history.
And what we... Yes, so we just heard that the door has been closed, so now, wow, this door is going to be open again in 6 days. So this is what we call the moment of truth. And I guess we've just seen the engines that are moving, so they're going to do some engine run-up to make sure that everything's fine, that we have the same data in the airplane and here at the Mission Control Center. So takeoff is close, really close.
It's really close, and you can see André looking focused, calm, cool, collected in his nice orange pilot jacket.
Monaco?
Oh, and then we just saw a glimpse of the bicycle. Vincent, can we talk a little bit about the bicycles?
Yes, we have several bicycles. They are part of the ground crew team. And one is behind the plane, and we have 2 others on each side behind the engines. And the goal is to be able to catch the plane for takeoff and landings in case something goes wrong, in case there is a gust or anything. This plane is so light that it reacts to each wind that's around on the runway. So that's why they're here, and they're like by cycling behind the airplane. Every time it's impressive to see this carbon fiber technology airplane flying, and we have bicycles.
But that.
Okay, when ready, just tell me a few points to go through with you. Roger.
Ciao Peter. Daniel. Ciao, 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 hein. Ciao. Oui, ça va être super. Ciao, ciao, hein.
Vous avez fait? Ils ont... Oui, oui. Okay. Greg, can you come in front? Hold on, I'll give you. Come, no, come closer. Closer.
On the grass?
Yeah. Go, stop. Nathalie, tu me lances? Okay. Okay, so on last interview, Greg, how fast is your heart beating at the moment?
Everybody's heart is beating fast, with excitement, with nervousness, with a tremendous amount of commitment, dedication. Bertrand started this 15 years ago, André together 12 years ago, the moment of truth. This is where everything comes together, where over 100 people have been working for 10 years, doing simulations, doing calculations, building, testing, planning, training, and this is it. 6 days, 6 nights. Will the plane make it to Hawaii? This is where everything, all the questions we've asked will all be answered. And if we make it successfully, this will be a proof of the concept. This will show the potential of renewable energies, clean technologies, and energy savings, and I'll prove what Bertrand and André set out to do when they launched Solar Impulse. A great moment, an exciting moment, but a tense moment at the same time.
So you have just seen Gregory Blatt, who is actually our boss. He's the head of communications, managing director for marketing. So he's traveling with a plane, and also now we say that he's the head of the permit office, because he's managing all the permits to fly for the airplane around the world.
Merci.
And so we have a few more images coming live from Nanjing, from inside the cockpit as well. We can see André. His last quick adjustments before takeoff, which is scheduled in a few short minutes.
Well, wait, if you're here.
The cockpit instruments, as you like, are set.
That would be nice.
Should be fine, yes.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, the colibri, check on.
It was checked on, I will check it. Yes, it's done.
Okay, also the nano, check tree green, no red light.
It's green, no red light.
Okay.
The departure briefing, I guess, is okay, huh? Down.
It's done.
The media panel set.
Which camera do you want?
Stand by short. Okay, sat phone on hot mic.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk to him or not.
I don't think so.
Are we?
Yes, that's the hot mic. Any special camera you would like to have on?
I give you the information later on.
Okay.
And the solar generator off for the time. And confirm both doors are closed, also the small one.
Yes, absolutely. Both are closed. And good.
I got also from the ground crew that the gas spring align is down and Y cable also down.
Okay.
To check with the ground crew, the chocks are removed.
Chocks has been removed.
Okay.
Okay, tail.
And camera tail view, please.
Yeah.
Checklist completed.
Except the general readiness.
André, Raymond.
Oui, écoute.
Toi, tu es prêt?
Moi, je suis prêt, ouais.
Ok, donc le readiness est fait. Je passe le micro à Bertrand. Je te souhaite d'ores et déjà un excellent vol et à tout à l'heure.
Ok, merci beaucoup, Raymond, à tout à l'heure.
André, my solar brother, that's an incredible moment. We see you on the screen. You are about to accomplish the greatest flight ever of Solar Impulse. You carry the dreams that we have been building together, you and me, and our team, our partners, our friends, our supporters. You're taking this dream of an airplane that's going to fly day and night with no fuel at all, showing to the world what is possible to do with clean technologies. So it's an extraordinary moment. I wish you the best flight you can ever make. I look forward to see you in Hawaii. You promised me to bring me Solar Impulse safe in Hawaii so I can continue to Phoenix, but most of it, that you come back safe, that you make the flight of your life. I know how much it counts for you. I moved and I tell you goodbye, André. Good flight. See you soon again. And the go will be given not just by me, but also by our friend Prince Albert. He has been loyally, faithfully giving the go for every flight, so we'll do it together for that special flight. André?
Thank you, Bertrand. You know, it's true that I feel very privileged to make this flight. And I really owe you to you. I mean, you have this crazy, fantastic, thrilling idea to fly around the world without the dependence on the fuel, using only renewable energies. I think it triggered so much energy around you, starting from me, but also from the team, from all the partners. And I mean, I'm really blessed, and as I said, I'm really privileged to sit in this cockpit today. And we have such a fantastic team, such a fantastic control center, but also a team of engineers who have built this airplane, and all the partners who joined, and all providing so much support, so many ideas to make it happen. So for me, it's an incredible moment to be able to do this live. And as we discussed, of course, I cross my fingers that I'll get to Hawaii, and I'm looking forward also that you board this airplane and that you have the same enjoyment, the same joy, the same thrill. In fact, when you will board this airplane in Hawaii to go to Phoenix. So thank you, everybody, for your help, and it's a great pleasure also to have Prince Albert with us, and especially in this great moment.
Yes, André, our friendship is just fantastic, and we'll fly together. When you're flying, when I'm flying, it's fantastic. Now it's Prince Albert, our friend, who is going to give you the official go.
Okay, André, it's a pleasure to see you, and to finally get this Pacific crossing off the ground. So it's my pleasure, Solar Impulse, to give you the go for the takeoff procedure. Thank you, and have a great flight, André.
Thank you very much, Albert. Thank you so much. And, I know that all the team is so well in Monaco, and it's so important because we will also work very hard during 6 days, 6 nights, finding the way for me to join to Hawaii. So it's really so much pleasure to have your hospitality, and looking forward to in the MCC when Bertrand will be flying, and having the time also to see you again. Thank you so much.
And
yes, what?
Yes, André, we have the general readiness. We are fully ready.
Okay. So confirm the go. I can ask for the takeoff clearance.
You have the go from everybody here.
Okay, asking the takeoff clearance. I think Hotel Bravo, Bravo would be ready for departure.
Great, with the heart would be great. Huh? With the heart would be great. Okay.
Hotel Bravo, Indian Bravo, okay,
yeah.
Yes, we are ready. Bravo, Indian Bravo, this destination, that's altitude, runway 07, with airborne from runway heading, initially 900 meters, destination 1008. Approach frequency for contact of this time, 47745, over.
Where's Jon?
India Bravo, fleet for departure, and the fleet for destination already 07, right, we're coming actually to 200 meters with 1008, with a frequency of the departure 119.25, and the scope will be 7745. Bravo, Sierra, Indian Bravo, and Berlin, 900 meters. And initially 900 meters, Bravo. Bravo, Sierra, Indian Bravo, we back there. Stand by for departure about 2 minutes. Just a bit,
And André, 900 meters is 2,950 feet.
That's it.
Well, as you can see, this is literally an epic, tremendous moment in aviation history and for the whole Solar Impulse TV, not only just TV, but the whole team here watching SI2 take off.
Ouais, c'est bon.
Ils sont trop extrêmes là.
Hotel Bravo, your engine number over, will do damage to this town. 1008. Yes, okay. Please take off, runway 0 right, finish 1008, Hotel Bravo. Okay, we're clear to go, Bertrand.
Checked.
Clicking engine.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Yep. A little bit further. No, further right. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Okay, full power. Release now.
Bon vol, André. Our hearts, our soul, our love are with you. Be safe, drive carefully. We'll see you on the other side.
Okay, so heading speed 28 for the starting.
Okay, when stable, can you read me the all three speed?
Will do. 228 for the KMT.
So André Borschberg is now flying. In 6 days and 6 nights, he will land in Hawaii. And if you want to have a look at
That's no need, thank you.
to follow those days, you can go on solarimpulse.com and you will follow exactly all the path, all the live updates, everything we prepared, and we will prepare for you to understand like this exploration, this adventure that is happening right now.
And it's really important that, of course, we're encouraging and supporting André here from the ground, and you can do the same online through solarimpulse.com or any of the social media networks.
Send your messages, comment on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media you have an account on, and we are here to answer your questions. We are here to explain you why this. It's been 13 years that our team has been working on it.
And let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about André taking off in Nanjing. And if you have any questions about the aircraft, we're really happy to answer and keep you informed.
fait des moments où tout le monde comme ça, on a du temps de passer tout le monde. Ok, je peux tourner vers André vers contact and then be approach for 1 hour and 25 today. No, I know the full time with welcome today. Well, we want to follow. 标定好的你那个是跑到纵6，飞历史加1米，让到4两码。我要纵6飞历史，你来拿这手动能。
André, for information, at that point we didn't got clearance for the right turn, I guess.
Automatic, huh?
I don't think so. He said to climb 900 meters, but I think straight ahead. Maybe you have to ask him.
Okay. 回到从我们的Bravo, Bravo. How good point?
Boris, oui, dis à Daniel de mettre la caméra. Ça veut dire il le met sur H pour avoir.
Ok, direction H, on monte à 2500 mètres.
Put the position.
And this is 8,200 feet.
So as you can see, this is an incredible moment for all of us here at the MCC, the team and everyone else, as André Borschberg took off from Nanjing, China. We can't even imagine what he's thinking or feeling inside the cockpit of Solar Impulse 2, but I know the emotions are quite high here at the MCC.
Exactly. And we have been editing the images, so they are available for you again. So we are going to show you this incredible takeoff of André Borschberg from Nanjing to Hawaii.
And there you can see Prince Albert II of Monaco.
Okay, one stable, can you read me the all 3 speed?
Will do. 220 on the PMC.
So André Borschberg is now flying. In 6 days and 6 nights, he will land in Hawaii. And if you want to have a look at
thank you.
To follow those days, you can go on solarimpulse.com. And you will follow exactly all the path, all the live updates, everything we prepared, and we will prepare for you to understand like this exploration, this adventure that is happening right now.
And it's really important that
this one we didn't got, I don't remember.
Alors, qui en principe est stable, mais j'ai une transition qui est éteinte. Par contre, sur le D3X, j'ai check here.
So we have those paper planes because we are preparing social media campaign because we need your support. André needs his support during these 6 days and 6 nights. So we have already some videos. We received some people who launched those videos on social media using the hashtag #FutureIsClean.
Welcome back. We have two very special guests with us. We have Prince Albert of Monaco and Bertrand Piccard. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have you here at the MCC. Prince Albert, could you tell us a little bit about what this means to you to have the Solar Impulse headquarters here in Monaco?
Well, first of all, as I've said several times before, it's a great honor and privilege to have the control center here in Monaco, and I think it's not only a thrill for everyone in Monaco and a great honor, but I think everybody is starting to like everybody here and wants to keep them here, and so and I've heard that some members of the MCC want to stay on after the Solar Impulse flight is completed.
That's wonderful. We can definitely feel the love in Monaco. I can speak on our behalf. Even going out, people are so friendly and welcoming to us. It's a wonderful feeling to be here.
No, it's been well. It was such a great way that things happened, and it was just a conversation with Bertrand and André that it was decided to and I accepted right away to host everybody here and to have the control center here. I mean, it seemed to make sense, and it seemed to be the great solution for everybody, and so we're just thrilled. And of course, I'm especially thrilled tonight because finally the Pacific leg has started, and it's a great thrilling moment, and I was very happy to be able to share that with Bertrand here.
And as we have seen André taking off, we have one question for Bertrand. You did not cry during this takeoff. Why?
Because the tears were going inside and not outside. I'm someone very emotional. I prefer to show my emotion than to keep them inside. And I was moved, I tell you, I was moved. But okay, I don't cry every time,
But it's just wonderful to see the lovely words of encouragement you gave André, and also to see the friendship, of course, between the two of you here, and how strong that is at the MCC. It's really, really special.
But the Prince Albert is, I believe, the only head of state who is actively involved in protection of the environment, with his own foundation, fighting climate change, bringing solutions, talking to all the other heads of states in the United Nations. It's fantastic. Usually it's former heads of state who start to do something when they are retired, so they are not too much bored. But now it's a real head of state, and this I admire very, very much. And when we have this friendship and this patronage, so loyal, every time you are here to make the takeoff and make the landing, it's fantastic. You're really part of the team. And I have something for you, because this is, the first one I have received. It's the official pen of Solar Impulse. It's written Solar Impulse, you have the logo, you have the signature of André and I, and on the pen you have Solar Impulse. It's made out of carbon fiber by H.S.H. It's the official pen, but it's the first one I get. I received it today, so this one is for you. Because you have all the badge, you have everything, but you did not yet have the official pen.
Thank you very much. I'm very touched by this. Thank you.
With pleasure.
It's fantastic. I have to open it. Oops. There we go. Look at the pen. Does everybody see this?
That's beautiful graphite.
First time we show it.
Does it write well? May I write on your pad?
Please.
There we go. Beautiful.
And we know that Bertrand is going to leave in a few days to go to Hawaii. Prince Albert, are you going to be here for the landing of André there?
I will definitely do my utmost to be here for that. I have, unfortunately, a little trip within Europe next week, but I hope to be back in time for the landing and to be able to say hi to everybody over the phone. And of course, I hope at some stage during the different crossings and different stages to be able to meet Solar Impulse and Bertrand and André somewhere in the world where they will land. And of course, we hope that Solar Impulse, if everything goes well, will be able to be seen from Monaco when it crosses the Mediterranean. But that's maybe I'm moving ahead a little too much. But anyway, that's a secret hope.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much.
You know what? There is somebody from Nice, from the hospital of Nice, who came 2 days ago here, and he wants to bring Solar Impulse after the flight around the world to southern France, taking off from Nice, going over Sophia Antipolis, coming to Monaco, and overfly Monaco at low altitude, probably end of this year. Or that would be incredible if we can organize it. It would be like a victory tour. But first we have to finish the tour before speaking of anything else.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Prince Albert. We're happy to, of course, have you back at any time, whenever you would like. It's a real honor when you're here at the MCC.
At 3 in the morning?
I'll be here. We'll be here.
We don't move, so it's fine.
And Bertrand, maybe you could give us a few last words before we sign off on how you're feeling of this epic flight crossing the Pacific.
You know, sometimes I have to realize that I'm here because there's a piece of myself who is in the cockpit with André, because all these checks, all these conversations with the tower, with the MCC, I've done it 4 times this year between the first 4 legs to go to China. So I have a part of myself there. And now, you know, it's the moment after the takeoff. You leave all the excitement of the rest of the team. You are suddenly alone in your cockpit. You only have your instruments in front of you. You are in the full night. And it's a very interesting transition. And you have to tame this airplane again, because each time it's strange to be in an airplane that is so sensitive to turbulence, so slow, behaving like that. It's the beginning of the adventure. So now André is getting in the beginning of this. He's getting into the night, and we'll have the sunrise for him in about 3 hours. And this you can follow also on Solar Impulse TV. What I love is to have the picture from the camera on the tail, and you see the sun starting to come on the horizon and giving the energy again to the batteries. Great moment, and he will see 6 or 7 of these sunrise, so it's going to be fantastic.
And everyone will be able to see them on solarimpulse.com, because we have this, we're able to display those images, so he's not alone. A lot of people.
And we always speak of the pilot who has done only 1-day flight until now. You have done only 1-day transmissions until now. And you're going to make 6-day and 6-night transmissions. So good luck to you also.
We will be very happy to have you back, Bertrand.
And to have Connor back.
We're looking forward to it.
Okay.
Wonderful. Well, thanks so much. We'll wrap up here, and we'll be able to show the live footage of Solar Impulse 2 taking off in Nanjing. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations to you. It's your first TV presentation, Vincent and Haley. You are replacing Connor. You are replacing Connor. It's your first time, and I tell you, you are masters already. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Merci, Bertrand.
From the team. So to wrap up this live coverage for the takeoff, we have those images, those amazing images of André taking off in Nanjing to reach Hawaii. So we are going to show them to you, if in case you missed it, or if you want like us to see them again. Thank you so much for following us, and we see you soon on Solar Impulse TV.
Our soul, our love are with you. Be safe, drive carefully. We'll see you on the other side.
Okay, so I think speed 28 for the timing.